What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero build, going over what they do well, what they could do differently, and just kind of the state of the game at the moment. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below which medallion you think is best in Season 3. So we have the Machinist Medallion, which makes you regenerate shield, the Nitro Drum one, which gives you unlimited ammo and a slight boost to your damage, and then the Megalodon one, which gives you unlimited Nitro. And if you'll watch a lot of my videos, you probably know which one I think is best. But that's definitely going to be the Megalodon one. I think having that unlimited Nitro is just, it feels great, have unlimited sprint, and then when you play a lot and you're used to having that most games, and then you go to not having it, it just feels rough. Didn't really know where I wanted to land this game. I was going to try to go rig if the Machinist was there, because I don't know if I've gone there for one of these spectating videos. But the rig medallion was not there, or the Machinist medallion was not there, so it wasn't pleasant. It was the first hot drop. As drones, landing at these gold spots I think is really good, because the drones can drop the Nitro gauntlets, so you just have like an added chance of getting the Nitro gauntlets, which if you guys play this season, I'm sure you know how important they can be and how weird it is to play without them. Nice. Luckily, he didn't take too much damage there. It would have been unfortunate if he just drank those shields and then it's immediately ruined. There may or may not be other players here. There should be, but I haven't really heard much else going on, so yeah. Personally, I would like to have that gatekeeper over a pump. If you like the pump, that's fine, but I think the gatekeeper is just really good. One of the most overpowered shotguns we've ever had. It's far more forgiving than the pump because of its fire rate, and I think that matters a lot this season because of how much stuff there is in the game that can kind of like ruin your momentum. And you see here, he's not like he's hitting good pump shots. And that should have been GG's. He's literally 1 health, and it is GG's. Okay. You know, I don't want to say that's 100% why he lost, but if he had a gatekeeper shotgun there, I feel like it would have been better. But what I was about to say is, with how much there is in the game that can just kind of ruin your movement, with like getting flung around by Nitro, the gauntlets if somebody's mailing you, the Magneto item if somebody's using it in close range, I feel like all of those just make it so much harder to be perfect with the pump. And so I'd just much rather have the gatekeeper. Even if you're perfect with the pump, I feel like the gatekeeper is like just as good and easier to use, more forgiving. And if somebody's meleeing you with the gloves, I think having that higher fire rate shotgun is just going to be ideal. So unfortunate for this lady, she did get gloves, which is amazing. She goes for the combat over the gatekeeper. Still, I prefer the gatekeeper, but I think it makes more sense if you are someone that likes the combat. I get it. What I was going to say is this lady doesn't have any items to counter cars, which isn't ideal because, okay, I was going to say I thought someone would have already claimed this medallion, I thought. So, like, if she had EMPs right now and she could make her way over there and then just EMP the person that, you know, eliminates the Machinist, if that happens, it would be, like, an easier way for them to third-party that fight. She does end up going for the pump here. I'm not really sure what they're about to do. Okay, Nitros. I'm hoping she goes for the Machinist, but I'm not sure. Seems like they're not sure either where they want to go yet. Would definitely like to get some dashes while I'm over here. I think the green water dashes are just incredibly useful in close range fights. They're also incredibly useful in avoiding some of those things I talked about that are pretty tilting. The Nitro Gauntlet melee and the, what's it called? Magneto item. If you get like stun locked by it, you can maybe dash out of the fact that your character is not allowed to move. I think they hired that NPC. I'm not sure. I don't know what they did to that NPC. Not really sure what she's trying to do at all. She saw somebody there. So I actually don't like this. I think the Nitro Drum medallion is the least important medallion. Maybe they just really like having the bow, and so for them it's more high value. But I think both the shield regen of the Machinist and the unlimited Nitro of Megalodon are far more helpful than the unlimited ammo one. They're gonna do the pickaxe trick. GG's. You guys don't know how to do the pickaxe trick. I've considered making a video about it. I'm just gonna mute the game right now because Nitro drum is so loud. But I've considered making a video about the pickaxe trick. Let me know in the comments below if that would be helpful to you. It's one of those things where, like, I know there's a lot of people that already know about it and understand it, but I also know there's a lot of people that don't. Let me know if that's something you would want to see. I don't like the way this fight is playing out at all. This is just such a bad fight for what? I feel like if you are going to be Nitro drum, like, getting on top here is, like, heavily in your favor. Because even if she kills that Jack Sparrow there, you see how much damage she took. And if there was any third parties playing on the high part, like, they're just easily cleaned up. I don't really know what's going on here. Like, what the purpose of any of this is. But also, like, I am a tier 1 Nitro drum hater. Like, this is probably like my least favorite POI in all of Fortnite history. That's their NPC near them. But yeah, for the pickaxe trick, you just swing your pickaxe as you're entering the car and then keep the pickaxe button held the entire time, the swing button, and look at the person in the car you want to get. And in situations like that, it's very good because she already had that Jack Sparrow weak, so she only needed like 2 or 3 hits to finish them off. If you're trying to do it on a full HP opponent, it can be rough. There's EMPs there. She chooses not to take them. She'd rather have the Nitro, which Nitro is good. And that's why I think the Nitro medallion is great, because then you have that effect at all times and you don't have to worry about carrying an item, and you can use something else, like potentially EMPs, the bow, something to like counter cars. I think it's like really helpful to have this season. That should be a kill. This should be a kill. Okay. I'm not sure how that, you know. She hit that Jack Sparrow 200 HP with the burst and then just like could not hit a pump shot. I think they have a purple pump, but it doesn't really matter what rarity pump you have. If you don't hit the shots, you don't hit the shots, you know? And you saw how almost bad that could have been. If that Jack Sparrow just like kept going for the glove melee, he probably still loses, but maybe not, you know? I also think the Thunderburst is a far better like complement weapon to the hammer pump as well. I do play on controller. Maybe this player doesn't. But the combat arrow has no hipfire aim assist on controller. And so if you're going to pump and then swap to it with no hipfire aim assist, it's like not great. And even like if you're a keyboard player and the aim assist isn't a factor, I feel like pump thunder. If you're going to use a hammer pump, swapping to the Thunderburst, I feel like it's just like the best spray weapon. Unfortunately, the player we've been spectating decides to try to eliminate the Ringmaster Scar NPC with a shotgun up close, and then they get immediately punished for that. What they could have done is shot the NPC and then kind of backed into this room and then had the NPC chase them, and then they wouldn't have been like exposed on that area for the easy elimination by Chosen One. But yeah, that was the worst possible way you could deal with that NPC, I feel like. It seems like Chosen One here is just going to continue to bait this AI. They have no heals, which is a decision some people decide to go for, and it can work. If you have Machinist Medallion, it can work even better. But even then, it's just a very not forgiving playstyle. If something doesn't go your way and you fall behind in a fight, and that person, like, it can be tough to come back into the game. There's a lot of cactus in this area, so she could make her way towards that to heal. But just your options to like reset a fight and turn a fight, I feel like are pretty limited carrying no heals. And that's why I pretty much always choose to carry them, even if I do have the Machinist Medallion. And I don't think this player has a medallion because you see the circles over there. If I was this player, I would be very inclined to third party this, because you have the 2 best medallions in the game probably fighting right now. And so if you third party that, not only do you eliminate the players that have the 2 best medallions, but you potentially get them for yourself if you want it. And, you know, that's heavily in your favor, I think. But for some reason, they're just, like, very inclined to bait Ringmaster Scar. And it worked out for 1 kill, but I think trying to get the medallion players would have been nice. Where did they go? Is that the size of 2? This is an important fight to third party. Okay, they hit the snipe. Go on it with glove, please. I think that person gets away. And this is kind of one of the unfortunate like aspects of being like very worried about sniping. Like sniping can be good. You saw there she hit the shot, but it took her so long to kind of leave Nitro drum and get to this area that she wasn't in position to be able to like capitalize on the fact that she sniped that person. I think this is an AI. I'm like decently sure that's an AI. Alright, nice. Please move on. See what happened to the medallion player. They went to the right. They're still over here, which is good. It's beamed. Maybe it's not good. And well, now we'll see if the lack of heals matters, because it's not the most amount of damage. It was only overshield and then 50 more, but that could matter in a fight, you know? And if this person gets even more tags to open up the second time, then that 50 damage that wasn't able to be healed prior could definitely affect the outcome of things. There is a cactus to her back right, and then there's a triple cactus spot here which she can use to heal. But like I talked about earlier, the options she has are just like limited. Seems like the medallion player left after getting those tags, which is surprising. And I guess it's not too surprising. It's not like they need that kill. They have both the good medallions. I would have liked to have seen that player push, though, just to see if like the lack of heals would have mattered in that situation. Especially with Nuka-Cola in the game, like you can back up, pop a Nuka-Cola, and then like have your HP regenning when the fight actually does happen. And it's like, not only are you healing that damage away, but you're healing over time in the fight, and it can be like the difference maker in a scuffed fight. There's only 11 opponents remaining. This player hasn't been able to go to the weapon bunkers yet. Maybe they would like to do that. I personally would. I feel like having 2 extra shots on the Gatekeeper shotgun is incredible. And then also having attachments on the Thunderburst SMG is also great. I don't know what attachment their burst has. If it already has laser, then it might not matter too much to them. Because some people don't care about putting like the sight on it and stuff. I personally like having the red dot, but some people just like the third-person version with laser, and that's fine too. They're going to go for island, it seems, and that is another way to customize weapons. It's just, I think, risky sometimes. Like if you're down in the bottom customizing your weapons and then someone riffs while you're down there, you just kind of like gave up control right away. I would hard focus the Magneto player in this situation. Sniping them while they're using Magneto is not easy, but the Magneto item is very overpowered and annoying to deal with. So like if I see somebody using Magneto, that is like public enemy #1 to me. And she didn't hit them there. That player maybe got away, but now we know that that skin has Magneto. They zipped up. This isn't the one that had Magneto. They might have Magneto as well, but it wasn't the same person. She had 80 and then they just jumped off the thing with the gloves. That's them. I think that might be the medallion player too. I don't remember what skin it was earlier. Someone else just rifted. That needs to take priority. No hits. That's unfortunate. My ideal situation when someone riffs on me like this and we get into this situation would be to hit them while they're in the air and then just immediately go on them for with gloves. These stalemates are not great for you on island because I feel like people just keep potentially coming and third-partying it like this. This player does have a sniper though, so like maybe the stalemate is ideal for them. Somebody else is landing on them though. And if this player lands on them and just starts fighting them, then that other person is going to have the easiest third party of their life, you know? Go off island here. I would drop down and then rift up because that other person might try to third party that serenade. Yeah, you can rift up and then clean this up, hopefully. And that fight seems to have gone nowhere. Probably just going to rift into zone at this point. I think that's a good decision. Like, those island fights just aren't happening. But now you see, like, the potential downside of relying on island for attachments. If she did want to do attachments there, it's just, like, there is not really an opportunity to. I don't know where she's getting shot from. Her back, I guess. I think she's going to go into this bunker. In the bush. Waiting for the medallion player, I would assume. That player seems to be chasing another person, though. Is there anyone camping down here? With all this loot down here, I would be very concerned about someone camping it, but I guess not. But it looks like fights happened here. He gets a blue burst, which is nice. And then hopefully is able to put attachments on her gatekeeper as well. Okay, yeah. She's got drum mag now. You do have to reload it after doing attachments, though. Like this gatekeeper, there you go. That's always like the worst, when you put drum mag on and then you don't have time to reload it after doing so. Or like I've had times where I put drum mag on and then I realize there's a red dot on there that I want to take off, and then like taking the red dot off for some reason unloads your shotgun, so you have to like refill your drum mag. It's kind of troll. 6 opponents remain. What is this zone looking like? It's kind of gross. I would want to be here, especially with her having a sniper. Like that is probably a good spot to be. And it seems like a relatively free path to there, because the medallion player is over there, and we know that medallion player is chasing somebody else earlier. And a lot of players will kind of focus on the medallion player. This mountain would also be maybe good to be on, because she could look down and hold the medallion player. The only problem is like her back is to the rest of zone, and a lot of players are going to be looking in the direction of the medallion player. So if you're there and there's a lot of people over here like also looking for the medallion, then like you just set yourself up to get got. Sitting in a tree. Not, you know, the worst play given the zone, but yeah. Fighting to the left, it sounds weird though. Like I don't know what's going on over there. Seems like she's definitely concerned about taking out the medallion player, but like I've already kind of explained, you need to be worried about the fact that other people are also going to take out the medallion player, or like be tunnel visioned on it. You don't want to be tunnel visioned too much. Player there. This snipe needs to like, okay, nice, perfect. I was going to say you want to hit this snipe quick because you do not want to be in this middle of the field with the back to like the medallion player coming in his zone. Medallion's over there behind that rock. The glint should show through the bush if she aims in, and so they'll maybe see her in the bush here. 5 people remain. I don't know. I would have been more inclined to try to like hit her at that point in time. Because now there's been enough time that like who knows where the medallion player is. They might be down here. They could have wrapped around by now. Like, yeah, they just crossed there. So they're probably going to get on one of those roofs. And if they're on that roof, they might have an easy time seeing her. And if they're on that roof with the EMPs, they could chuck it into the bush. They could boom bolt into the bush. They could Magneto into the bush. Glint should be showing here with her aimed in, but the medallion player might not see. Hooks a shot. Get hit, but it's not really any significant amount of damage, really. This player's chasing, though? Oh, no, Magneto. Luckily, they missed. You want to go, get away. You don't want to take a fight versus Magneto like that. If she had that person very weak, she could maybe take it. But, like, just dry like that, no damage on them versus a, like, full HP Magneto player is rough. And you saw, like, once she gets hit by Magneto, I feel like her game is over. She does eventually get away, but, like, this item is so unforgiving. The moment this, I think the name of this skin is Ember. The moment this Ember took out Magneto, the person we were spectating needed to leave. Because she does get hit by the Magneto. She gets away a little bit, but she had no heals. And there's another player up there. But, like, not having any heals after, like, taking that amount of damage and trying to regain is just, like, not really in your favor. And that's kind of, like, what I was talking about earlier with, like, not carrying heals like that. It's just, like, anything that goes wrong is going to go really wrong. Like, if you're in a fight that's not going your way and then you try to get away and you get third-partied, it sucks. That's a hard fight. It's probably not going to go your way. But when you also don't have heals on top of that, like, yeah, I'm not really sure how that was going to go well for her. 3 opponents remain. If I was this Ember, I would just want to be playing for next zone. Because this Mount Olympus mountain is annoying right now, but you see it's not going to get zoned. So I feel like just getting into this zone is the ideal play. Like right now, if you're this player, you just want nothing to happen to you. Like just chill here. Oh, there's somebody leveling up. You can take this fight. They're in Storm. This follower was lost in Storm, but the other player was down there too. Maybe she didn't see them. What you want to avoid is just like someone on that mountain shooting at you and then you're just shooting back up at them. Okay, there's the player. That one glove use. I feel like you want to... Okay, this is okay-ish. This player needs to die. I was going to say, you want to eliminate this player without, like, exposing yourself too much to the top side. And so now she has this entire half of zone to herself, and the other people got to come down. This is perfect. It's not like it's going to be the end of the world for them to travel down, because there's so much mobility in the game right now, like the Nitro gauntlets. But at least she doesn't have to fight somebody that's just controlling this mountain from the low ground, you know? I don't want, like... I would not want to be in an extended fight like that. You can maybe take some shots just to delay them and, like, waste their time and make them not want to push and then, like, make it to where eventually Storm is on them. But just hit that shot and then go into cover. Just waste this person's time. The more time this person wastes, the less time they're going to have to play with and when they do eventually have to push down. They did glove off. She's going to glove up and then Magneto, I would imagine. She seems like... maybe not. Alrighty then. That Kilo Wild... I can't say their name. They could have used gloves of their own to save themselves from the fall damage there, but they're so weak it doesn't really matter. One player remains. May or may not be a human. I thought she was just going to Magneto them, but she goes for, like, the ground pound with the gloves. Zone pulls back towards Brawler's Battleground. And so, again, it may or may not even be a human at this point. But I would want to rotate a little early here, probably to one of those rocks, to avoid the situation that other player just got in. Like, they waited so long that they had no other option but just to, like, push. And then, like, it didn't go their way. So I would want to go to that rock. Okay, they're dead to Storm. I would have wanted to go to, like, this rock that's over here to the right and then, like, use that as cover and look to kind of do basically the same thing where, like, maybe you shoot at the person, but you don't really commit to an extended fight because as zone pulls back, it gets better for you. And all you really have to do is get that person to waste more of their time. And then eventually they'll be in a situation where they either have to, like, run right at you or desperately use their mobility or just, like, take storm damage. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. As always, if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Let me know which medallion you think is best, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.